All right, y'all. I'm back. I have snacks. Oh, God. Okay. Time to profile our grandfather. Oh, boy. Oh, this is going to be rough.
You said you were my grandfather. If that's true, why wasn't I told about you?
You were part of our fucked up family way before this horror story. I was a shitty fucking dad to Freya. Your mom didn't deserve that. Not one bit. Things were said and done. Not a day goes by I haven't regretted it. But that fucking father of yours didn't make things any easier. I know Freya is gone. So I need to apologize to you. I am sorry, Saga.
I can see he's sorry. Mom said she didn't want anything to do with my grandfather. And that my father died before I could remember. It all matches. Tor and Odin are part of my family.
So, you know what? I was going to say something. Let's just listen to what he has to say about her father first, and then if what's going through my head is still relevant, I'll comment.
Mom wouldn't talk about my father. You knew him?
Some doors are better left closed. Your dad was a complicated bastard. Always thinking too many steps ahead. That's not how we work. There was trouble, and then he was gone. I didn't handle it well. Freya didn't want anything to do with me after that. I can't blame her.
I never knew my dad or my mom's family. So many broken relationships in my past. I won't lose mine. With Logan. With David.
That
I won't stop until they're safe.
would be one hell of a twist, Junk. But like when I think of the number of black characters of significance in Remedy games, there are three, Saga included, and one of them is dead. There's Saga, there's Marshall from Control, who is dead, and there's Mr. Door slash Mr. Hatch. And there is absolutely no way that Saga's father is just some random throwaway like, there's no way her father is not a character of consequence.
You said you were a shitty father to my mom. Is that why she left?
Freya never looked back. My girl was strong. Freya always thought our powers had a dangerous side. Odin and me did fuck with things that should not have been fucked with. Your mom had common sense. She raised you right. Kept you safe. I'm not surprised she didn't tell you about the Anderson power.
She was always protecting me. Whenever I told my mom about my mind place, she called it make-believe. I wish she'd been more honest with me. At least towards the end.
brought in someone close to me. I didn't catch that. I didn't catch it in that way. I thought if he was referring... That settles it. That fucking settles it. But then if I'm right about Mr. Door being... Because I thought it was Tim. Like, I was operating under the assumption that, like, first and foremost, Mr. Door is a way for them to actually bring in Mr. Hatch when they get the rights back to Quantum Break. And that's going to be their in to integrating Jack Joyce, Tim Breaker, Mr. Hatch, Mr. Door, and all of that. So I thought he was talking about Tim. It never occurred to me that it could be Saga. But it would make so much more sense as to why he is taking this shit so personally. Because he doesn't have much of a connection with... Mr. Hatch didn't have that much of a connection with Jack Joyce. But then that raises a whole nother suite of questions about what else Saga can do. Because if I'm still right about Hatch and Door essentially being one of the same, there's even more wibbly wobbly timey wimey fuckery at play. Fuck.
You know about my mind place? How is that possible?
We all have the power. Find the truth. Damn right I do. Odin already told you you're a seer. You can gaze into their heads, see the truth. See past the lies. Past this bullshit horror story. Us Andersons aren't bound by it. You can fight it. Don't be the story. Make the story.
It's true. I am a seer. I have a power. My mind place is more than I thought it was. This isn't my intuition. I'm seeing their thoughts. Is this why I know the truth about Logan? While everyone else forgot?
Possibly. Okay, I'm gonna pause the tape here and recall this as best I can, because it's been a while since I played Quantum Break. If you want more details, I did go through back on YouTube and unprivate my old Quantum Break playthrough, so that is up on the YouTube channel. But people in Quantum Break who have time-related powers, there's a cost. Both Jack and Paul Serene were becoming... I forget if they called them splinters or shifters, but basically these entities that become unstuck from time, and as a result, basically all versions of them exist in the same time and space. So imagine using MCU terms. Imagine if every variant of Loki suddenly just crashed into the same time and space. That's what splinters, or I guess shifters, are in Quantum Break. near as I can remember. And what makes Mr. Hatch special is that he is a shifter who has managed to settle into a single form and identity. At the very least, that is my best educated guess as to who and what Mr. Hatch is. Because Quantum Break doesn't straight up say it. It's something you have to kind of piece together through everything else you do learn, and then re-examining everything Hatch does in hindsight. And yeah, Mr. Hatch is scary as fuck. And in Quantum Break, he was played by Lance Reddick. So I will say, if Lance Reddick were still with us and he was playing Mr. Door in this game, I would not be leaving it open for interpretation for Mr. Door to maybe be someone else. I would just be saying that's Mr. Hatch. Like, even more certainly than I already am. Yeah. Okay, so that you were talking about the conversation I thought you were. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was quirky, but I didn't want to say anything in case I was wrong. So, all of that said, if fucking Hatch is Saga's father, fuck. Oh boy. Okay, let's just.
You said you were a shitty father to my mom.
Oop.
Is that why she left?
Rhea never looked back. My girl.
We already listened to that one.
I have the clicker. Can I use it to save my daughter?
An amp. Get your guitar roaring and your drums crashing. Blow reality's eardrums. Just the light switch isn't enough. It's Tom's story we're dealing with, so he's gotta be the one to rewrite it. After that's done, he can flick that switch to bring the whole thing home, baby.
I can't use the clicker without Wake. Tom. Meaning Wake. He needs to rewrite the story first.
Not.
I can't stop the horror story without him.
Yep. And I'm sitting here thinking, Saga, can you please ask him to explain that? Why? Why do the Andersons always call him Tom? Because, again, like, that's shit that predates Alan Wake 2. Oh, King, I don't know if you were here or not, but we did get confirmation that Tom the Poet and Tom the Filmmaker are... The how hasn't been confirmed yet, but we do have confirmation that Tom the Poet and Tom the Filmmaker are two different people. Okay, cool. Just making sure. I need to stop being an ADHD motherfucker and organizing my junior mints. Back to the case board. Son of a bitch. I know why Scratch is posing as a filmmaker. Scratch thinks if he poses as a filmmaker and makes an adaptation of Alan's story, he can free himself without freeing Wake. Son of a bitch.
Don't need to go over all this again. Wake wrote Logan into the story. He had no right to use her like this. There's still time to make him fix it. I won't give him a choice.
It wasn't Wake, Saga. It was Scratch. And he did it so he could use her as leverage against you to make you deal with Wake for him if it came to that.
Tor's here, in the overlap. Gotta find him and get the fuck out.
It's not that she doesn't have an idea, it's that she doesn't believe Wake. Because I remember them talking about Wake having a dark doppelganger. At the very beginning.
That's it. The way Tor behaved? I'm surprised my mom hung around for as long as she did. But he is genuinely sorry.
And the Andersons not being bound by Wake's story, or by Wake's writing, because they have powers of their own, also explains how they were able to get out of Cauldron Lake Lodge when the Dark Presence attacked it, and get the other patients out as well.
Wake needs to be the one to rewrite the ending. And I'll need to keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm.
Overlaps require pieces of art to enter. Is that because of the Dark Place's focus on art?
Yep. It is exactly.
Thanks for telling me this, Tor. I need to go find Wake. To stop this.
It's not Wake.
Gods of Asgard will be ready to help.
It's not Wake.
Me and my bro will bring the rock when you need it.
Oh
Remember,
God, please, yes.
your daughter is alive. Just kept from you by this bullshit horror story.
I needed to hear that. Thanks, Grandpa.
Don't worry about me, kiddo. I'll drag my sorry ass over to Odin. A few shots of the Andersons' finest will fix us both up. See you soon, Saga.
The FBC is holding Wake at the sheriff's station. I need to make Agent Estevez understand. They have Wake, and I have the clicker. We have to work together to stop this.
Yes, yes, you do.
Casey. Do you read me, Casey? Damn it. Where are you, Casey?
In the
He
dark
better be
place.
okay.
Probably.
Focus, Saga. Get to the station. To Wake.
You and me both, Quirky. Can I please heal? This effect is driving me nuts. We gotta find a... Yeah, I'm looking for one, Junk. I'm already on that page. Just gotta find a break room. Oh God. This is a problem. Okay. Should be able to go through the wellness center now, hopefully. There we go. Finally. Phew. That was rough. Looks like everybody's back in place now.
Are you planning to go watch the Deer Fest parade, Mandy May?
And sit in a crowd of noisy drunks all day? I'd rather stick this knitting needle in my ear.
Hey, Rose? You in here? No, she's not. From what it looked like in Quantum Break, the powers are roughly the same. There didn't seem to be much variation. Alright, is there a shortcut back to Bright Falls? Oh, hey, we have the, we have the bolt cutters now. We could cut through there. I don't think I want to, though. I think I just want to haul ass back to the sheriff's station. Ranger cabin. Have we already been down there? Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. Either way, it doesn't matter. All right, I'm gonna do another hard save, and relaunch the game because I'm noticing another big bunch of stuttering. So we've hard saved, exit, quit, and reload. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, King. Like that. The thing is, splinters or shifters, I really can't remember the terminology, are so fundamentally different from everyone else in Quantum Break that we don't really have a good frame of reference for what they're capable of. So it kind of all depends. You know, I'm gonna close a few other things on my end to see if I can free up some extra thinking space for my computer. I need that. I need that. Okay. All right. Let's relaunch.
I'll work the next steps out on the case board.
There we go. Let me make sure the... Yep. Cool, cool, cool. Damn, man. I think we... Yeah, we already know where we need to go. All that's left is to just do it. God damn it. That really is fucking Scratch the sheriff station. Because here's the other thing that I was thinking that was making me think that it might be Scratch and not Alan. When the cult attacked the lodge, Alan, quote unquote, basically passed out. And then when he woke up, the cultists were butchered in a fashion that would have made Hannibal Lecter proud. And I was just thinking to myself, that's fucking weird. Like, very Shrike-like. And I'm like, that's something only Scratch would do. And if Scratch was in that room with Wake, Wake wouldn't have woken up. Bro, I am not dealing with you. Come here.
Espresso Express. Crossing a line. Right.
No. I will not ride the percolator. Oh, I'm sorry, Toby. That can be fun having to deal with. We do, Quirky, we do. Especially when playing his roles means he gets to fuck with Alan. Fuck this, I don't need to walk through the hotel. Let me out. You can fucking make me do it the hard way. Fine. Be that way. Y'all are way too comfortable in the dark.
Those people just burst in here and expect others to clean up after them.
Ow! Alright, there's a sheriff's station.
Okie dokie. I don't like the sounds coming from the station.
Sir? What sounds? Please explain. Be kind, rewind.
Power's out. Always a good sign.
Not in Bright Falls.
There's Taken inside.
I really don't like the fact that this chapter's name is Scratch. That's funny.
Holding cells. Is that where they're keeping Wake?
Where
Doors
I'd
locked
put him.
though. Get the clicker to Wake and make him fix his attempt to play God. That's the plan. But the FBC
Saga.
have him.
Saga, do you really think that's what this is? You really think he's just playing God for the hell of it? Okay. I don't know. I get it. I get why she thinks that.
Anyone here?
I'm here. There's a closet.
Agent Estevez? Is that you?
Anderson? Didn't I tell you to fuck off?
Looks like it's a good thing I didn't.
Looks like. My leg's busted, so I'm gonna need your help. Listen, there is a person out there with you invaded by something that we call the Shadow, and if you don't...
Taken. Yeah, I'll handle it.
And of course they would know about it because of the Alan Wake expansion for Control. Hey, buddy. Good night, buddy. elsewhere. And Rose is out hunting these things for fun. Well, not for fun, but like, damn, girl. When fuck. By the power of thirst, she has become a super soldier. And we don't know yet, Junk. We don't know where Wake is. We assume he's in the holding cells. But I doubt it.
That leg doesn't look good.
Feels even worse. But thanks for saving the rest of me. We should talk.
Yes, we should.
What happened here?
Where to fucking start? We came to check out a system alert at Cauldron Lake, but it's worse than we could handle. Real boondoggle. The police, my own agents, most were invaded before we could even react.
Is this the way of Remedy's writers saying ACAB? The fact that a whole bunch of cops and government agents showed up and were almost immediately taken?
What did the FBC come here to do?
Bright Falls is the site of a recurring Altered World event. The Shadow is stronger than we expected. We're low on resources, problems at HQ. But we do have equipment for dealing with the shaded threat. We were just caught off guard before we could set it up.
Okay, I know Saga doesn't know enough about what the hell is going on with this Remedy Connected Universe thing, but I now have so many questions. So, what was the intrusive thought about Rose King?
Have you found my partner, Agent Casey?
Yeah, we found him. Out in the woods. He had a close encounter with the Shadow, and it did something to him.
Is he okay?
He's alive. We took him down to the morgue for an examination. Haven't heard anything since the attack.
Goddamn King. Problems at HQ is a reference probably to Control. If it's not a reference to Control, then it's probably a reference to Control 2? Maybe? But I don't know. And Toby, yes, they did. That's how the guilt and shame and all of the sort of darker emotions that they felt because of that, that's how Thornton and Mulligan were finally taken. Yeah, you're right, Quirky. There's I think 2.5 to 3 years between Control and Alan Wake 2.
Where is Wake? I know what's going on here. Wake can fix this.
Alan Wake is a para-utilitarian. The word's a mouthful, so you know it's serious. We have him locked up in the holding cells per protocol. He's connected to the Shadow in some way.
Of course, it could just be that because of the events of Control, even 2-3 years later, they still don't have enough resources to actually handle what's going on out here. Because you gotta remember, in Control, the FBC was reduced to a skeleton crew. Like, the Hiss fucked them hard. So, even if we give them a full 3 years, they're still probably only at, like, optimistically a third of their former strength. And Estevez wasn't on site when that happened, so it's interesting. It's interesting. Control 2 is definitely going to have some gaps to fill in.
Estevez, I need to see Wake. How do I get into the cell block?
Okay. Protocols don't mean that much at this point anyway. Don't make me regret this, Anderson. Until the power's back on, the door to the holding cells won't open. There's a fuse box downstairs in the basement. Here. I'll need these keys.
Back into the morgue, huh? Fantastic.
All right. Although I gotta say, I didn't catch what they said happened to Casey. Something with the dark,
The
like
cell door won't open without power.
something regarding the dark presence fucked with him, but he's alive. But yeah, I feel like I missed. Yeah, that's about all I got, Quirky. Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to head down to the morgue and find out what happened to him. Jesus.
Did you read me, Anderson?
I read you. Have you had our frequency this entire time?
Eavesdropping is a big part of the job. But no, I got it from your partner. Anderson, look for a fuse to replace the blown out one in the fuse box. That should get the power going again.
Yeah. On it.
Fuck. Good lord, what the hell happened down here? This is why we can't have nice things, y'all.
Another locked box.
You know what? I don't care enough. I do not care enough to fuck with complicated puzzles. Shoebox. I don't think we need that yet. That's got to be Casey, right?
Stay the fuck down!
Casey! Is that you?
Anderson?
Thank God.
Hey, Anderson. Like what I've done with the place?
Could use a bit more light.
Funny.
Oh my God. Oh God, the pun.
How are you holding up?
Ah, don't give me that worried look, Anderson. It's a flesh wound. Gave me a chance to have a nice chat about ex-wives with Kieran. Agent Estevez, I mean.
Making new friends, huh? I'm jealous. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. What's the situation on your end?
I don't know yet. Also, Agent Estevez confirmed at a minimum bisexual. Probably Straight up lesbian. Nice. Love to see more rep.
What happened at the hotel?
Wake was telling the truth about the cult being after him. That thing, the dark presence, it's real too. I saw it. A fucked up monster cloud. Wake tried to warn me. It knocked me out. FBC found me in the woods later.
I bet you do, Quirky. What the Alright, hold on, one sec. Oh god, I fucked everything up. There you go, drunk. OBS, be nice. Thank you.
Watery turned out to be a good lead. Found the clicker and the cult. But the horror story's changing reality. Like Wake said it would. Logan, she's, the story claims she died here. But we can stop it.
Wait, Saga. What do you, Logan is gone. She has been. For a long time.
Casey's affected by the horror story, too.
Yep.
I'm fighting for them all now. I'm gonna fix this, Casey. You, Logan, all of it. I just need to get the power back on first.
Yeah, give him hell, Anderson. Just remember, some things in life can't be fixed with a light switch. As for the power problem, here. I found a fuse on those poor bastards there.
I'll take care of it. Stay put, Casey. I'll let you know when it's safe.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm unsure what's going on with Casey at the moment, but I think that will answer itself in time.
Anderson, good news, bad news. You can get to the cell block now, but the shaded hostiles that were in there are on the loose.
Thanks for the heads up.
So, given that it's a... Given that it's an old... Oh, shit. Given that it's an old Pacific Northwest town, a small Pacific Northwestern town, functionally in the middle of nowhere, very old.
More coming down.
The wiring is very old. Oh god, not another one of you. Not another one of you. Oh, I hate those.
Situation is under control, Estevez. Coming
I
back
hate
up.
those.
Copy.
I love how the FBC calls them shaded and we call them taken. You know, I'm gonna reload my hunting rifle while I'm at it. Estevez, you still with me?
Anderson, over here.
Thank fuck. I saw that blood and got real worried about you for a sec.
Got a little cramped in that closet.
Is the FBC sending any help?
We were the help. Well, us in the lake house. But we still have Bureau gear specifically engineered to fight this threat. It's stored in the backlot. We were setting it up when the Taken interrupted us. We have light arrays, a containment cell, etc., etc. We are not out of this fight yet.
What's at the lake house?
It's a Bureau research facility at Cauldron Lake set up to study the effects of this AWE. When I got into town, I went there for backup. The whole station is lost, taken by the Shadow. Lost a lot of agents. Barely got out myself.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
We had a hell of a time avoiding those Taken. Ended up back here. Anyway, I wanted to warn you that we have the Koskela brothers in the cells as well. They're the ringleaders of the Cult of the Tree. Don't let your guard down.
Wish me luck.
According to the Luck and Probability Department, it's statistically bad luck to wish people good luck during a crisis.
Thanks.
Also, the other piece of DLC that we'll be getting for Alan Wake 2 is actually called The Lake House. You just in the yeah. So I wonder then if the Lake House DLC is going to be about what happened to the Lake House, or about the FBC led by Agent Estevez taking it back.
An electrical lock system with no failsafe. Smart.
Is the paranoid madman who decided we needed every other door in our facility to be geared with the latest high-tech, top-security nonsense. Community outreach barbecue. Now I don't want to hear any grumbling. This is a valuable opportunity to make with the community. Officers will yeah. No, this is true. The community voted dunk tank victim and this year will be drawn with Deputy Thornton. Looks like everybody's getting retribution for that speed trap on 12s. That's funny. That's funny. From Sheriff Tim Breaker. And remember to wash your coffee mugs. Since my numerous friendly reminders about not having personal packages delivered to the station have gone unheeded, from here on out, if you've seen fit to send something to the station, I will see fit to announce to the station what you have received. Is it a federal offense to open someone's mail? Yes, it is. Is it a personal offense that I need to share my desk space with your late-night impulse buys? Yes, it is. You have been warned. Admin. P.S. Officer Lightfoot, your beer oil is ready for pickup. I knew Marco's beard was too soft to be natural. What brand is he using, Lucy? Chet, I hate to break it to you, but you need to have a face capable of growing a beard to make effective use of beard oil. Oh, that's cold. That's cold. This is the third time this week I come in for a late shift and there's no coffee in the machine. You take the last cup, you brew a new batch. Yep, that's how that works. Oh, hey, I have the keys. I can get in here now. Oh, yes! Gimme. What's the fucking code? Ooh. Research proposal. Alan Wake and cult connections. This is from the FBC. In 2010, writer and suspected para-utilitarian Alan Wake was reported to have disappeared into Cauldron Lake, a known threshold site. 3 years later, a small group responsible for multiple killings. So then this... holy shit, son of a bitch. This is actual confirmation. The cult of the word. Oh. Yeah, this is actual confirmation that the cult of the word was a real thing. And the shit we've been researching about them and Casey and the Dark Place was real. 3 years later, a small group responsible for multiple killings was arrested in New York City by federal investigators. The murders were recreations of deaths found in the writings of Alan Wake. Interrogations with the murderers revealed they saw Wake as a sort of prophet, describing themselves as his cult, and considered his novels to be sacred texts. As Wake was missing at the time, it's unlikely he had any personal involvement with this cult. At least there's no evidence supporting this idea. Soon after the New York cult was detained, an organization known as the Cult of the Tree began operating around Cauldron Lake, the same area Wake disappeared. This is now the second organization branding themselves as a cult with a direct physical connection to Alan Wake, operating in the location he was last seen in. I propose that this is not a coincidence and would like permission to search for a link between Wake and the Cult of the Tree. No, I wasn't done reading that. Emergency incident report. Research has been compromised. Cause unknown. The incident was visually confirmed by Agent Estevez when she visited the facility to make contact with Dr. Marmot and Dr. Marmon, heads of operation at the lake house. They are going to be the final bosses of that expansion, aren't they? The facility itself is reported to be in a damaged state with no living staff found during a brief search. A longer search was not possible due to an active AWE in the area requiring all available resources. Yep, so the Lake House DLC is going to be us going back to figure out what the fuck actually happened there. Investigation and containment not possible with current personnel. Emergency dispatch of response and rescue staff is requested. The Investigations Department has no knowledge of the Lake House's recent research or projects due to worsening communication and cooperation since HQ went dark since the events of Control. As a result, this report cannot determine the incident's cause without further investigation. Yep, that is going to be the Lake House DLC. Finding out what the fuck happened in there. What? What out-of-towner didn't grow up in the Pacific Northwest or Bright Falls motherfucker thought it would be a good idea to microwave a whole fish? I feel like I want to throw up just thinking about it. That? Nobody who grew up anywhere on any coast would do that. Unless it was a very, very malicious attempt at a prank. God almighty. As a born and raised Pacific Northwesterner, this offends me to my very core. I entirely agree with Toby's sentiment. Whoever did this deserves the Dark Place. That's just so profoundly uncool. ABC 123 I9J0K1L2. The fuck? The fuck you mean by all this? Like, that's clearly the code to get the shotgun, but what the fuck? I guarantee you they did not. Guarantee you. All right, how are we going to get the pump action shotgun? I need to know this. What is the key? What is the trick? What am I missing? I9J0K1L2. I don't understand what I'm looking at. Don't forget. I feel like the clue is in the book titles, but I don't follow. The author names, maybe? L. Temp. Yeah, but so I'm trying to... Oh, God, you know what? I'm having too good a day. I'm having too good a day. Alan Wake 2 pump shotgun code. Cool. 723. I'm sorry, Toby. I could not be fucked dealing with that. Alright, so we need a shoebox. Where is the closest shoebox? The closest shoebox is downstairs. Alright, here we go. Yeah, that should be enough room. Now we
I'm
have
sure Sheriff Breaker wouldn't mind me borrowing this.
all accounted for. Stop right there. 2 achievements unlocked. This one was probably all accounted for is probably for.
Saga! Fucking FBI, FBC, you government fucks all fucking this up for us!
Bro,
Let us the fuck out!
You're the leaders of the cult. You're not going anywhere.
don't you fucking tempt me right now.
Wake will ruin everything. Get rid of him, Saga. You fucking shut me. Typical government stooge. Let me out so I can kill him, that fucker! You come to our town and act like you know what you're dealing with, but you have no fucking idea!
Neither
Let
do
us out.
you.
You can't stop it, none of you can. We can take care of this. We've been preparing for this.
You have no idea what you're you two have genuinely have absolutely no idea what you're dealing with. Why was I in here?
Saga, do you have it?
You and I need to talk.
You wrote Logan into the story. You told me yourself. From the dark place.
Listen, Scratch is coming. He's close. He's almost here.
My daughter is dead because of you. She's a child. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm trying to fix this. I will fix this. I'll save everyone, but we're running out of time. I need the clicker.
Don't give it to him, Saga. No, see, this is how we know that's not Alan. Alan knows way too much. He knows way too fucking much about the dark place to say that he could save everyone with the clicker. The inability to save everyone is like the first thing he learned at the very end of Alan Wake 1. You can't have it all when you use the dark place. That's how Tom fucked up everything for everyone. This is fucking Scratch. This is fucking Scratch. Alan Wake would never, ever suggest that you could save everyone in a horror story. Never.
I have the clicker. You will fix this. You will save my daughter. Promise me.
Yes, I promise. But we're out of time. Hurry! Don't fucking give it to him! Didn't get him! He's a fucking monster, Saga! There it is. We've been waiting for you,
They
motherfucker.
knew.
I'm gonna fucking destroy you! Yeah.
Shit. It's Scratch. He was pretending to be Wake. The plan is fucked. Estevez, come in. Scratch is here. How do I stop him?
Bad news. The containment unit isn't prepped. The light array should affect him.
These must power the light array. Need to find more. I need more time.
Shit. Shit! Oh, shit. He didn't even flinch.
Those cubes will power the lights. He's too fast.
Fuck.
There must be a way to slow him down.
I'm running out of it. Shit. Damn it.
He's too fast.
I know he's too fast, Saga, but I don't have a lot of options. So I feel like those light panels are the answer that I'm looking for, but I can't interact with them.
There must be a way to slow him down.
Not yet, King.
I need more time. Estevez said to burn the power cores.
Yeah, King, you know what? Go ahead and Google it. Because I know these light... I know they factor into it, but I can't interact with them.
Need to activate those cubes.
Thank you.
He's too fast. Got one.
2 more to go.
See, that never would have occurred to me. That never would have occurred to me.
One left. Doing great.
Because, like, everything else about this game tells you that you can't hurt Taken when they're shot. Like, as am I.
Scratch was here. He'll be back. What the fuck do we do now?
I mean, true, Junk, but at the same time, like, every darkness enemy has always needed to be burned with light before guns would work on them. And the more powerful Taken required more powerful light before guns would work on them. Like, the chainsaw guys in the first game can only be affected by either flares or boosted flashlight beams. Like, the standard flashlight beam, the non-boosted one, just straight up wouldn't work on them. So yeah, I never. Damn. They really did give Scratch his own song. Like, I mean, I guess it's... Ooh. Dude, this is fucking hardcore. I love it. At least by the standards of the songs we've heard in this franchise so far, this is fucking awesome. Ooh. Oh. That line. That line. Dude. So it's been Scratch this whole fucking time. It's been Scratch the whole fucking time. Which explains the shocked look on his face when we met him on the shores of Cauldron Lake. Because he was surprised. He was so surprised it worked. Whatever he did worked. And it shocked him. And that also means that it wasn't any sort of like transdimensional travel headfuckery that was keeping him from remembering the answers to the questions the FBI was asking him. It was all an act to cover the fact that he genuinely didn't no. And it's also why he said there was no one he wanted to talk to, no one he wanted them to call, because Scratch has no one on this side. No one to care about, no one who would care about him. He plays it off like he doesn't want Barry or Alice to be put at risk because he knows that's what Alan would do. Alan wouldn't want to risk getting Alice, especially Alice. Alan would not at all want to risk Alice getting pulled back into all this madness. And he knows Barry deserves better than to get pulled back into it, at any rate. Son of a bitch. It's been Scratch the whole fucking time. It's been Scratch the whole fucking time. Oh, yeah.
Scratch's wake's double. He tricked us. He almost got the clicker from me. The whole plan has gone out the window. How could we get this so wrong?
Textbook boondoggle.
I mean...
You said it, Anderson. It's a shit show. So what's the plan?
I mean... Y'all had, especially you two, Saga, Casey, you two had genuinely zero idea what y'all were walking into. So it's like, this isn't on you. This isn't on you at all.
The FBC usually handles stuff like this, right? Any thoughts?
Hold up. You brought a paranatural object in here without telling me and then almost handed it over to a hostile entity?
I didn't know if I could trust you. That was a mistake. So was believing Scratch. But it's not too late. I just need to understand more.
You got that right. Let's start acting like we're on the same side, yeah?
Yep. I am absolutely on board with this. And yeah, Junk, there's no way. Like, I think Alice... It'd be interesting to see who figured it out first. I think it would be Alice. I think Alice would figure it out first. Because Barry... How do I phrase this about Barry? Barry would so desperately not want it to be Scratch. He would want to believe that it's Al just trying to sort out some PTSD shit, that he would delude himself into believing it's Alan and that Alice is just too paranoid to be grateful. Indeed, Junk. Indeed. Because through the glimpses that she saw, Jesse would know whether it's Alan or not. There are two of them. There are two beings that look like this. And at first glance, we'd have no way to tell which is which. So regardless of who it really is after the fact, first contact, lock them up and throw away the key until we figure out who's who. True, but she doesn't necessarily know about Zane. Or rather, she doesn't know about Scratch? I don't know. Either way, you're right. Like, there's enough going on that the policy would still be the same. Regardless of who it actually is, if this is what they look like, lock them up first, figure it out later.
The horror story is changing reality. It made it so my daughter died here, even though she's supposed to be back home in Virginia. Do you know if that's...
AWEs are localized distortions of reality. The area outside town might not be affected. Sometimes they expand, sometimes they fizzle out. If we can make sure it's the latter, your kid might be fine.
The whole thing is a nightmare. I can't let my family be torn apart.
Having family isn't easy in this line of work. The late nights, travel, alternate realities threatening their existence. My ex-wife couldn't take it.
Karen, you're better off without her. I know I am.
So tell me what I'm missing. The FBC must know something.
Good news, we have Bureau intel on all of this. Bad news, it's highly classified. Good news, consider yourself deputized into the Federal Bureau of Control. The cell where we keep the files. Happy reading.
Okay.
I love that.
Thanks.
I love that. I love that.
Team.
Just the pure look. Until further notice, you're a deputy because this shit needs to get handled, and I don't give enough of a fuck about protocol. Just here. You're a deputy of the FBC. Do what you need to do. We'll sort the shit out later. We'll deal with the paperwork after the fact. Indeed, Quirky, indeed.
You really don't remember Logan living in Virginia with me and David?
I remember you and David having problems. You needed a break. You and Logan moved to Watery and then Logan, well, that awful thing happened. After you came back to work, I thought you'd be the perfect partner for this case, if you were willing to return to the area.
Okay. That's enough. The story is changing your memories. What you're remembering is fiction. Logan is alive. I'm not divorced. We never moved here. I remember the truth.
No. Wake or Scratch, whoever that was, said the story could be used to attack us. We all need to question what's real. With that said, how do we know the story isn't giving you false hope?
I can't convince them. I just need to change the story.
You know what? That's especially given how understaffed they are at present. Yeah. It's like, look, we need bodies. You clearly can handle your shit when paranatural stuff goes down. Welcome to the team.
Scratch pretended to be Wake to trick us.
He almost won me over. I should have trusted my gut. Had a bad feeling about him when we found him at the lake. When that insane monster cloud came at me in the woods, I saw a face inside it. Wake's. I think he was always a monster. Always Scratch.
Yeah. Saga, don't... Oh, God. We're gonna have to profile.
This is the kind of case my ex hated. The ones that might kill me.
That's funny. The cases that might kill me were my ex's favorite.
That's dark. Alright, quick saved.
I'm sorry about your brother, Ilmo.
Yaakov was old heart. He always went along with my ideas, no matter how stupid they were. Always happy to help. I got carried away. I never think things through. It's my fault.
I realize it's a bad time. But I need you to tell me everything about the Cult of the Tree.
The cult is my craziest idea that ever worked. Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult? Exactly. We protect water in Bright Falls. We're the good guys. A secret neighborhood watch. Well, that was the idea anyways. Look, we've always known about the horror inside the lake. When any Taken come out, we kill them.
You don't turn people into Taken. You kill the ones who already have.
So our initial guess was right. Our initial guess was right, and that, more than anything, should have been the clue that told me for certain that Scratch was Wake. Or that Wake was Scratch.
How long has the cult been around for?
Certain folks around here have always known about Cauldron Lake. Before us, it was the Torchbearers. And when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult. It was genius. Just named it half the work. Made people too scared to go into the woods at night. Business 101. Fear is a great motivator.
You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out. It's all him, Wake. And if we don't stop him, no one will.
Wake's evil doppelganger Scratch is the threat we're facing, not Wake. And I will stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called Scratch.
Okay, so,
I'm so sorry.
I take back what I just said. My initial read on the cult's actions was right. They were after Wake, not because they were working for Scratch, but because they genuinely didn't know better. I completely understand why they didn't know better, but fuck. Yep. Because even if it was really Alan, he came out of the lake, therefore he is bad. All right, before we go in here, standing in the light. We've got a lot of work to do. The real Alan Wake is still in the dark place.
Doesn't look right.
Cult goal. There it is. The last piece. Everything they've done to protect their community. Mulligan and Thornton, Torrin Odin, FBC, who's involved?
That's not right. The dark presence is vulnerable against bright light.
Yep.
At least that makes sense.
Still don't have anything about that. Alright. Oh god, time to profile Mr. Scratch. Saga, I recognize that, like, we basically have no choice here, but I would very strongly advise against that.
I can tell something is wrong. What's happening to Casey?
I'm a goner. Swell. A shadow crawling under my skin. In my head. Call my ex. Tell her I'm sorry. Terminal case, Casey.
Something is wrong with him. He's hurt worse than he says. He's scared.
I think what's going on with Casey... Maybe.
Ilmo said the cult kills Taken. Is he telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks buy in bulk. We've got a floater, a Taken on the shore. Call the gang Yako. We are going hunting. Cult of the Tree. Keeping the town safe since 2013.
Ilmo is telling the truth about the cult. They really were fighting the Taken. We're on the same side. If the cult is killing Taken, then why did Nightingale turn into one?
Private party. Invitation only. Wrong time. Wrong place. Time to go, Yako. A job half done isn't done at all.
Nightingale became a Taken because the Bookers interrupted their ritual.
Yep. We knew that. That's kind of where my brain was going. I think I actually mentioned that on stream the other day, that I think Casey goes into the dark place, and that the Casey that Alan was physically interacting with was the real Casey.
I assumed Wake escaped the dark place. Is it possible he's still there?
The Big Apple in an ocean of darkness. Gone diving. Note from my editor. You're using the wrong tense. Trapped in a loop. My friends will meet him when I'm gone.
Wake is still trapped in the dark place. Maybe he always was.
So it's not wibbly wobbly timey wimey fuckery. He's still trapped in the dark place, and it was fucking Scratch all along. So then how the fuck did Scratch get out? Or has he always been able to travel between... No, because if he was always able to travel between, then it wouldn't matter? I don't know. I am not liking how I'm probably gonna have to get that answer.
Scratch was pretending to be Wake, manipulating me. What does he want from me? No, I'm in control here. It's my mind place. He's powerful. Too powerful. Just his presence here makes me feel sick. Like a wave of terror through my head. I feel his single-minded drive to get the clicker.
Yeah, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Please, don't ever do that again. That's a bad idea.
Wake is trapped in the dark place. He's been reaching out, communicating with me in the overlaps.
Wait, it was cool as fuck visually, though. Son of a bitch. I just realized something. If Alan escapes by Casey ultimately taking his place, that means my original guess when we played through Control was right, and that the only way Wake is ever going to escape the dark place is if someone else gets him out. I have so many thoughts. All right, y'all, I gotta go BRB real quick, answer the call of nature, get some more water, and then when I get back, we will further investigate this absolute madness.